Proverbs 12:17. He that speaketh truth showeth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. In other words, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Nothing added to, and nothing taken from. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We are heading out in the Maverick this morning, and as you probably can tell, I'm going someplace a little special to a Washington Commanders game. Now, the only reason why I even get to go to this game is because my good neighbor from across the street has gotten tickets to the game. So we are headed up to Landover, Maryland to a Washington Commanders and Dallas game. And the crazy thing about that is my neighbor is a Dallas fan. So yeah, you gotta really have, a good friend that's gonna take you, knowing that you are, I won't say sleeping with the enemy, but riding with the enemy. But no, all jokes aside, my good buddy Jimmy is a top-notch guy. We have had occasions to enjoy each other's company over the years, whether it be Thanksgiving, birthday parties, and all those type of things. So we're going to go and have a great time. So we'll talk to you when we get there. Every now and then I will take a Sunday off, because church is not about a building. Church is about a body of believers living a life before others, that they may see our good works and glorify God. Unfortunately, my Commanders did end up losing this game to the Cowboys, an age-old rivalry. Unfortunately, some of the fans had a little too much marijuana and alcohol and decided to fight before we left, but we still had a good time on this Sunday. Alrighty guys, we are officially at 31,583 miles in our 22 Ford Maverick. My Maverick was one of the first ones that was purchased in this area. Matter of fact, the dealership where I bought my Maverick from was about an hour and some change away from where I live at. My local Ford dealer, or the two local Ford dealers that are close to me, could not get a Maverick as quickly as I got mine. I'll never forget that day when I went and made the order. I kind of ordered, I said I really had no intentions of getting a Maverick, and I said, well, if I was going to get one, I'm going to go ahead and, I don't want to load it up and make it expensive, so it's for daily commute, so I'll just get the things that I think I'll absolutely need. And that's the way I ordered my Maverick. So in hindsight, had I really believed that I was going to get a Maverick, I would have ordered some things differently. Certainly I would have ordered the 4K tow package. That's really the only thing that I regret not ordering, only because it was only like $700 and some odd more in price than what I paid for this. Mavericks have gone up. I have an XLT 2-wheel drive EcoBoost model. I'm not a hybrid, and I've enjoyed it. We are officially now out of warranty, because on November the 10th, that was my 3-year period. So yeah, 3-year, 36-month. I still have, if it wasn't for that, I'd still be under warranty, because it's 3 years, 36,000 miles is standard warranty. I did not opt to buy an extended warranty, and they have offered it time and time again. I don't feel like that's going to be excuse me, I don't feel like that's going to be an issue. Surely if you can afford an extended warranty, then sure, purchase that. But I'm not sure how much longer that I'll keep my Maverick. I have had it for the 3 years I'll at least keep it that long. After that, I may get another Maverick. I may decide that there's something else that will fit this niche in my daily life. But for now, yeah, I'm enjoying the Maverick. I don't have any regrets in buying it, as I said. Have we had any issues that were notable? Surely we had the early recalls, and if you watch the early videos of how my recall was mishandled, and I had to end up taking it to 2 dealerships to get the holes in the gas tank, that was an adventure that I dare say will never ever hope to have happened to me again. And because of that adventure, the dealer where I bought this Maverick from, my vehicle will never go there for service ever again. Yeah, we were going through times, we went through COVID and all of that, but yeah, there were some things that happened that just should not have. But I've had great service at the dealership that I have been using here in my area. Bayside Ford has handled the majority of anything that I have needed. But we have had some wear issues on certain things. The interior, not so much. I have kept these seat covers on these seats, and they have worked out fine. I have not pulled them off, and they're getting a little long in the tooth. There's nothing wrong with them. I wouldn't, what is the seat cover? It covers the seat. It protects the seat. So do I want it to look stylish? I really don't care about that. It's needed to protect the seats, and But one person told me, take those seat covers off and let the next person that buys the vehicle worry about the condition of the seats. Well, I mean, that's 2 schools of thought. Some people would say, yeah, just wear it and enjoy it. But these do not cause me to be uncomfortable in any way. Of course, you guys know I'm 6'7". People ask me all the time, how do you fit in that little truck? Well, very comfortably, I must say. So yeah, we've had a great time. We've done a lot of things that I didn't think would be possible with a small truck like this. Having had big trucks, the big Expeditions, the Cadillac Escalade ESV. Yeah, we've had some big vehicles. The Lincoln Mark LT pickup. That was one of my favorite vehicles, that Lincoln Mark LT, because it was like having a Navigator but having a pickup truck, at the same time. Very luxurious, sunroof, all the amenities that you had in that year pickup. Every now and then I see a Mark LT pickup, but not very many. So surely we've had a great time. Some of the items that we have put on this vehicle have not made it through the storm well. And I'm going to get out in a little bit and show you exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to be replacing some items. One thing of note, and I don't have any regrets of putting the lowering springs on, because I like the way that the Maverick handles with these on there. The Maverick is not it handles okay, with your standard wheel and tire spring combination. That's a good thing. But when I lowered my Maverick, it made my Maverick go to a whole new level, because I'm able to go around corners, and when we took it to the track and did all those things that we did, it made a big difference. I would not have taken my Maverick to the track attack as I did at Dominion Raceway had it not been lowered, because the body roll, and I would have just been holding people up. But those sports springs that I have on here really handle great. Is there a trade-off? Absolutely. Your ride is a little more bumpy and stiff, and of course you do lose some ride height, but not so much that you have to worry about a lot of obstructions or anything hitting or bumping or anything like that. I heard one person comment about one of the videos about why do people lower their vehicles so that they can't roll over speed bumps without tearing stuff up. No, it's not that low. If you've looked at a Maverick, you have a Maverick, you know that it sits up pretty high. Most people think if you don't have an all-wheel drive, they'll say, is that a four-wheel drive? Yeah, because it's sat up pretty high. Those lowering springs lowered mine 2 inches in the front and I believe 3.5 in the back. So it has a level stance. The other drawback to putting the lowering springs on, yeah, you do lose some clearance as far as, you know, riding over stuff, but I don't do that kind of driving. One of the things that I was concerned about that turned out to be of no concern is the fact that with the lowering springs, I'm still able to tow my boat. I mean, my boat is roughly 1,700 pounds, and this Maverick tows that boat like it's not even back there. I've, you know, loaded and unloaded it at the boat ramp. I've piled stuff on here and hauled it to the dump, and I have not had any issues whatsoever doing that. Would it be better to have more clearance? That's debatable. It depends on what you haul. But to haul that boat, I haven't had any concerns. I do get a lot of comments. A lot of people feel like the way my Maverick is modified, they feel like that they can go to the dealership and they're going to be able to buy a Maverick setup like what I have. Oh, where did you get that from? You know, no, this is not how this came. Yeah, there's a lot of work that went into making my Maverick look the way that it does. At one point I felt like the tire combination, which is quite a bit heavier than the stock wheel and tire combination, hurt my gas mileage, and I think it did, but not to a great degree. I think before I put the tires and wheels on here, I was able to get around 37 miles to the gallon on the highway on many occasions. The most I've seen since the tire and wheel change is about 35. So, I mean, 2 miles per gallon, I'm not going to cry about that, that's for sure. But the way that it looks with these wheels and tires on here, I love it. I get tons of compliments, you know, man, that is so cool, you know. And then the other thing is when I get out, you know, and I'm standing so tall over it, they're like, man, how in the world? I say, yeah, I'm 6'7" and I can fit in that little truck. And most people, the way that the Maverick is built, a lot of people think that it's way smaller than it is. It's the way it's laid out, it makes it look small. Then when you pull up beside other pickup trucks in the mid-size category, like a Toyota Tacoma or anything like that, the areas where it's smaller as far as the length of the front, a little bit of the length in the back, because the bed in those trucks is hardly, if any, much bigger than what's in the Maverick. But it's the way that it's laid out, how you sit down in instead of climbing up on, and that's what did not work for me. People ask me, well, why didn't you get a Ranger? I didn't fit in a Ranger. I've driven a Ranger. I did a long trip in a Ranger, and I realized when I got back from that trip that I would never own a Ranger because I don't fit in that vehicle well. The way that the cabin is laid out is completely different, and it just did not work for a tall guy like me. Toyota Tacoma, same thing. Somebody say, oh, the Toyota Tacoma is way better. No, it may be better for some people, but it's just not better for me. So I'm going to get out and show you guys some things around the Maverick that have not fared very well. Okay, let's venture outside and I'll show you some of the problem areas. First things is the mirror covers. Looks pretty good on the side, but if you get around to the top, as you can see, the hydro dip has basically started to come to pieces. Apparently there was not any or not enough or not the right type of clear coat put on the piece. Particularly the side vent pieces, which were purchased from another company, have done well. They are clear coated very well. Even in these that are in the back around the Ford logo, still shiny, no problem. They have been doing well. If we get her back around to the front, I also, of course, you guys who've been following the channel know that I cut these stripes and did them myself. They have held up well. And as you can see, again, this piece is fine. And yet this piece here is just like the other side. It's basically the hydro dip is just disintegrating. So we're going to address those pieces. I probably will heat these up and take them off and then wrap them rather than trying to do them on a car. And then here is the exhaust. When that was put back on, where that pipe sort of bends down towards the ground, it was supposed to be rotated up. It's irritating to me to see it that way, but it has not been an issue. I haven't hit anything with it. It hasn't come close. And my tonneau cover, it's been pretty good. The fabric has held up well, but on the corners, specifically this one, that piece should slide all the way down. I'm going to try to heat that up and maybe use some super tough adhesive and put that back down. But this time of year, it's almost impossible to do that. Yeah, the stripes are holding up well. And the bug deflector. I mean, the bug deflector keeps you from getting those chips on the front of your hood. But the bug protector itself, it's plexi. It's going to show some scars, but the other pieces are doing well. One of the things I prided myself was not having any scratches in my paint, but that was all changed when we moved one part of my dad's estate and put a big scratch in the side. And I found out that these emblems, when you put them on, they used to say hot pepper, and I wanted to remove that. Well, when I went to remove it, it did. It actually scarred the place where hot used to be. So I had to use some touch-up paint there, and I just decided to just leave pepper on there. I even heated them up and it still wouldn't come off. So okay guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to address those mirror caps. We're not going to redo them in hydro dip. What we're going to do is to cover those in carbon fiber vinyl wrap. And I would have already done them, but I looked around my garage and I cannot find my heat gun, which is going to be necessary to get that vinyl manipulated around those curves. So I'm either going to have to buy another heat gun, find the one that I have, or go back to the old school and borrow my wife's hair dryer. And if we do that, please do not tell her. Nevertheless, we also, the exhaust, we're not going to fool with that. It's not low enough that it obstructs anything. It hasn't hit on anything. It just doesn't look as good as it did before they removed it when they did the recall on the gas tank. Other than that, we have also getting ready to winterize the boat because we are getting cold here in Virginia. 40 degrees, 40s, high 40s in the day, and low 20s to teens at night. So that's definitely not boat weather. But on this past week, two great things happened. One, I was able to get the boat out and to actually go fishing on the boat. So you're going to see a little bit of that. And on Thanksgiving Day, my grandson came, the one who has inspired me to do this boat thing again. And he's excited about going out fishing next year. So when he came down, his father, my oldest son, we went out and let him get in the boat, and he was super excited.
You think that one's yours? Yeah? We'll flip it up.
Think you can fit in that seat?
That looks like a pretty good one.
Can you get all the way up there?
Let me see. Let me hold it.
I don't want you to fall.
You got it. Man, you're so strong.
You getting it? There you go.
Oh.
Boy, oh boy, look at there.
That's a pretty good one, huh?
I can see everything from
You can see everything?
Yeah, like a blue one.
Yeah.
Say cheese.
Like a blue one.
Big cheese.
You know what I think, Warren?
Pirate face.
I like that face. You know what, Warren?
Sit back.
I think I'm gonna uncover the steering wheel and let you sit behind the big seat and drive the steering wheel. What do you think? Let me see.
Dad,
You like that?
Sit there and you drive. You look like a good driver, man, to me. Are you Popeye the Sailor Man?
Hey, oh, don't turn those on. With no water in it, they'll burn up. Curtis, you like? See those lights?
All right, guys, smile. Say cheese.
Say cheese.
All right,
Look,
say cheese.
let's look at Daddy. Let's look at Daddy and say cheese. Cheese.
I'm going back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah. You see the motor on the back turning when you turn that?
Yeah.
Look on the motor. See, when you turn that, it turns this.
Whoa. That's pretty cool.
See that? You want to make the motor go up in the air?
Yeah.
All right, come here. Push this button right here.
These LEDs.
And hold it in. Look in the back. Push it again. Make it go all. No, go the other way. There you go. Let it go all the way up. Wow. What? All right, stop. Stop right there. All right, put it back down. Now roll it all the way down the bottom. There you go.
I had the LEDs on last time I was here.
There
What do
you
those plug
go.
into?
Uh,
What are these LEDs plug into?
I ran them all the way from
As I
the.
say, I don't think they was here last time.
Yeah. Yeah, I put
How
them
do they
in.
turn off?
Right here. I wired them.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, a light switch.
Mhm.
What does that do?
Oh, don't touch that. That'll start that engine up and the thing will take off.
I'm gonna say. You'll go flying through the fence, and then you'll have to pay Pop for a new boat.
Okay, guys. Team Backwater is getting out on the road today. We are heading back to Lake Anna, but this time we are going fishing. So hang on for the ride and let's get ready to roll. Something just crashed over here. Close up shop and head to the next spot. So hold on to your hats and we will scoot on over to the next spot. All right, guys, let's head for home.